I'm live. You went live.
What happened over here?
Oh, Janet, we're so sorry. Can you still see us or not? Just put got it.
Oh, so were we live
Oh, you
through all
can,
that?
yeah, you can
Okay.
see and hear us. Oh, here.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. I got it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We've been on for 27 seconds, Katie, and I'm
And we
just
haven't said
getting
a
my
word.
act together. So
Let me know, Janet,
well,
if you can hear
nobody's
me.
watching yet, so that's okay. Or we got one person. Maybe that's Janet. I just got notification that we're live, and I'm Kelly,
And I'm Katie.
and Katie's here. I'm going to back up and show you Katie.
Good morning.
And you're at
hello.
You're at Memory Bound Paper
Yes.
Craft Store. Darlene is here, Katie.
Good
So we're
morning,
not
Darlene.
alone, and so is
Yes.
Bunny. And
Oh,
I got to
Bunny.
talk to
Hello.
Bunny
Did
last
you?
night, and she's going to come to the August retreat.
Oh,
So,
yay.
and Joanne just jumped on, and Erica. People are here,
Good morning.
man.
Good morning.
Diana's here. Diana says I'm here. So welcome everybody, and it's a Katie day.
Yep.
Chris is
It
here. She
is.
says, good morning, crafty friends.
Good morning to you too.
So I see I'm able to read some of your comments, which is really special.
I feel like we're like Snow White. Doesn't she have the birds? And she goes, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Yes, you are Snow White, for sure. Lisa and Mary's here. Elaine says, morning, ladies.
Good morning, good morning.
So hi, everybody.
Hello.
It's hump day today.
Oh, it
Do
is.
we have anything we're dumping today, Katie?
Well,
It
I
looks
can
like
dump
you've got
something.
some stuff you can dump.
I could see.
Katie will do a dump for us, everybody. Sure. And Kelly is here. Kelly spelled K-E-L-L-E instead of, which is really unusual and cool. I love it.
Okay.
And Shannon. And so Katie's here, and she's going to do a pretty cool thing with her currently stamp.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to show some ideas of how you can do it. And there's so many ideas that I had to reel them back in.
Did you have to reel them back in? We can't, Katie, we can't be here all day.
I know. We might be. It will be longer, I'm afraid.
We might have to pull you back a little bit.
I'll try to go fast.
Before we get to Katie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My gosh, Shannon says we just need the 7 dwarfs.
We do. We probably have 3 of them out on the floor.
Yeah, well, we're down a man for a while this morning, but we're down a man.
Man down.
But we want to show you what we have for dads before we get started with Katie. So we're going to go up front, and then we're going to come back to this table right here. Katie is all set up, ready to go, and you're going to learn a lot about her currently stamp that Katie designed. You're going to love it because she has a lot of ideas, and we may have to rein her in.
Well,
it's a possibility.
Do you want to show these two?
Sure.
Okay.
It's a possibility of reining her in.
It is, but you can try.
So welcome to Memory Bound Paper Craft Store in Ankeny, Iowa. We're glad you're joining us.
You know what would be good for Father's Day is Rust and Reb.
Yes.
And this Rust and Reb.
Well, Janet's card kit, Rust and Reb's 2.0, does make amazing cards. Hey, that one says Dad.
Mm-hmm. And it says Father's Day, wishing you a Father's Day that is extraordinary as you are. Ooh, that's a good one. And then this one.
I just realized I gotta get some Father's Day cards.
So did I.
Maybe we need to get the kit.
Maybe we can do that. I do. Oh, we could. You don't have to do Happy Birthday. You can make your own insert.
So Janet has a Rust and Rev 2.0 kit, and so does Maggie.
Yes.
Maggie's kit is right here, and it is one of the Tim Holtz mini clipboards. So we have, and how much? $23.99. And what is Janet's, the price on the cards, Katie?
Janet's is $32.99, and I did get this.
So you're ready to go then.
Now I just need to sit down and do the cards, or maybe I'll just do the Father's Day ones, and we'll be good to go.
So anyway, Rust and Rev 2.0, that was a great idea, Katie, just to stop by here. We do have quite a bit of it in stock, the lasers, the washi tape, the rub-ons, the papers, and then it also goes with the Wanderlust Explorer if you're, oh my gosh, we've got some holes here.
We do.
This has been selling really well.
It has, hasn't it? I really like it. I was going to start flipping that, but that's
we'll come back and do that later. Okay, so we have a little Dad's Day. I like to call it Dad's Day sometimes.
We have all
corner here, and Katie's going to show us what we have.
Well, one thing we do have the little golden book Daddies, and you did a kit years ago with it.
I did.
And it's such a fun little book, and all the things they do.
It's like a, who's the artist on that? Well, maybe we don't know. But can you look at the publishing date? It is really, sorry, I want to see the pages, but I'm so curious.
Illustrated by Tibor.
Oh, okay, Gringley. Don't know that person.
This 2011 edition, but when was it originally?
1953.
There you go.
So it's from 1953. It's just so cute. Look at that.
They work all the things dads do.
Dads did back in 1953.
Yeah.
And now moms can do a lot of
Moms
these.
do a lot
do
this
these
too.
things too. But we actually did create an album out of this. It also would just be cute to read with the kids.
I like this. What do daddies do all day? Daddies work while children play. And look at the mom sit there and knit and take care of the kids. It is from the 1950s.
It's fun. It's just a fun book.
It is. It's super cute.
I think those are $5.99.
This is fun paper to make some cards or a quick page. Super Dad. My dad, my hero.
Yeah, if you're making cards for Father's Day, or if you're doing layouts from Father's Day, or just doing layouts for Dad.
It's fun. And then this is a layout page. Look at done. My dad. And then the back of it would be your second page.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I love that.
So after you have Dad's Day, you can do the paper or do the layouts. I love this.
That matches it too.
Oh my gosh. That is one of my favorite plaids.
The plaid. It looks like a dad plaid.
Yeah.
Now, and Katie. Then, oh, okay. And then we have Stepdad.
Stepdad. And that has a nice chevron on the back.
And Katie, there's stickers on the counter that match those papers.
Oh, okay. And then this is Dad. Another Dad.
Dad rocks. The top 5 reasons we think Dad rocks.
Daddy-o.
I have used that phrase
Daddy-o.
before.
I have too. And then a father. This could be fun for a background also. And then for the collection that we were speaking of, this one, then they have some stickers that go along with it. And these are $1.99, and they're the ones that have these lots and lots of sticker.
The word bits.
Yeah.
They're all in the same colors. That kind of bluish green and the blues.
And then it has this.
So you got it all going on here.
I think that was so amazing.
Yeah. Don't you just want to go do a layout?
I kind of do. I'll be back.
Now Barb says that Daddy's book is the same vintage as she is.
Oh.
I think a lot of us could say that. I forgot about that.
The die cuts, but they are big.
Oh, look at those.
So they will fill up a lot of the page, which I always like. World's Best
That
Father.
Mustache and that tie are really fun.
And then if you're making a card and you just want the front filled in real quick.
Fill in the whole thing.
Yep.
It's all
Happy
you need.
Father's Day. And I do like these. You could get this, and then you could get use one of the strips on that. But it has a border on it, which I really like. And then the Happy Father's Day.
And the letters are all connected, which
I
really like.
That. Yes.
And that's $19.99.
I really like that one. You are without a doubt the very best. Mr. Wonderful Dad, Granddad, Father, Uncle, Grandfather, Bonus Dad, Papa, my hero.
And those are woodware stickers.
$5.29.
Oh, that's very reasonable.
And then this die has all sorts of happy stuff, and it does have Happy Dad's Day, Happy Mom's Day, congrats, just for you, hello there. So this would be a nice one just to do some card making.
It's different.
$15.99.
It's a different looking font, and
I love that font.
I'm gonna say boxy.
Yeah,
so they're not
because the
so you
lines
could put them
high.
inside of a square or a circle, and that would be really handy dandy.
Your mind is always so rolling, isn't it?
I just try.
All right, this is for Mom and Dad, and you can do thanks and happy. You're one of a kind. You deserve a day. You were right.
You were right.
Yes, you were right. I said that to my mom once.
You're amazing. That's from Photoplay. Say it with stamps.
Yeah.
And how much was that one, Katie?
Oh, I'm sorry. It is $15.99.
$15.99 for you can layer these because you can put the mom and then you can layer that little U rock right under it. I like that how you can put them together.
Aren't those fun?
I found that the other day. I love those tools.
The little tools. And then if you are
like those little tools are $2.99 and they don't really have a name, Katie.
They're the little birdie ones, aren't they?
Yeah.
Or if you wanted, these won't be online, but you give the store a call. These are, would you want me to lay them down?
Well, yeah, let's lay them. You want to lay them out here so we can see them?
Yeah, so people,
Penny made these.
Has made cards, and you can just get one of these in.
So if you look at these and if you want to call in, these are not online, but you could call in and kind of describe the card and the gals can get it for you if you need a Dad's Day card or if you're local and you want to come in. And you can also see some ideas here on how to make some Father's Day cards.
Yeah, so you can use the tools or you get these tools. Ooh, I really like this one. That's eye-catching. And here's a pocket die that you could put your tools in, or you can just get Val's kit that makes 2 A7 cards, pocket card kit, and it is just $7.59.
And the
Two
cards are
cards.
right there, I think. Are they back there, Katie?
Oh yeah.
So it makes two
Look at all these
5x7 cards that were designed by Val. And these, all these die cuts are pre-cut for you. So you don't have to have a die. You don't have to do any die cutting. You can just have fun and assemble.
I think we don't have an excuse, Kelly, of why we don't have a card.
I think we've got lots of options here.
Yes.
And for $7.59, Katie, that's
great.
less than $4
You know
a
what?
card.
You
And
would
you get your
go-
envelopes.
It would cost more to buy that at Hallmark.
Now these,
$7.59.
we have blank inside, so you can make them. We did stamp this one when we showed the kit, but they're blank inside, so you can put whatever you want. If you want Father's Day, or if you want to leave them as is.
You could use that one. And where's the? Looks like we might be down
So
to
you
just one of
could-
these. That one, or you put this in there.
So anyway,
Lots
we got
of
your we
options.
got Dad's Day covered for you.
We do. We like to do that.
All right.
As I like to straighten up over here. Okay.
Katie's straightening this up, and I think we got help that can clean this up for us. Okay.
Perfect.
Well, Katie, let's go figure out what we're doing today.
Okay.
Now, the other thing I want to mention while Katie's heading back is to let you know that the Elizabeth Craft
Oh yes.
stamps, dies, and stencils are all 30% off through the weekend. So the sale goes through Sunday, and it's 30% off the Elizabeth Craft stencils, dies, and stamps, and they're all in our specials category. So you can find it right. I think we got them all in there. So you can find them right there. And Katie, I interrupted you, so I apologize
I was
for
looking
that.
as you talked about the Elizabeth Craft and showed the new Katie Pratique.
Oh,
That's all I was just watching.
okay.
I wanted to let you know what I was doing.
All right. All right. We'll approve that. We'll approve
I better.
that. All right.
There we
So
go.
tell us what we're doing today, Katie. I think
Well,
everyone's going to be pretty
hello.
excited.
My name is Katie, and I'm going to tell you what we're doing today. We have this stamp, and I'll just hold it up to here. And it is the Currently stamp that Kelly said, would you like to create one? And she let me go for it. And I'm going to show you different ways of how to use this. I use it all the time. Mine's very well loved already. So I'm going to just show you a few ideas that you can do. But I just noticed my Currently and my Glimmer are
Katie,
mixed
you've been
up.
talking about she has been talking about Currently for months, maybe more than a year. And this is it. And isn't it exciting when it finally comes true?
Yes. And then I use it just by chance with the Glimmer that Janet and Kelly created. So I use this one in conjunction with, and that was a big word for this morning. I use both of these together, and I'm going to show you that. So I'm going to start out with some little easy things that you can do, and then we'll go on to some more detailed projects, I should say. But the Currently one, I had seen online where somebody would write Currently on top of like a piece of paper, and then just the things they did for that day, or maybe the things they did for that week. And I really like doing that, and I couldn't find anything here or out there that we could bring in with the Currently. And so I was so excited when Kelly said, yes, go for it.
I'm excited too, Katie.
I think we might need to turn the air down.
People are going to you're going to love this,
so.
everybody. You really are.
Now, this is going to seem odd, but I'm going to show you something. We can go ahead. Oh, I've got to get over here, don't I?
Oops, you're in the wrong place, Katie. I just thought of that.
Yes.
So anyway,
Katie,
I'm very excited too about this whole Currently. You are going to love Katie's examples. And when we switch cameras, would you be able to like set your stamp there so people can see it a little bit better?
You know what? I'm going to do a fresh one because mine's pretty used, I should say. So I'm going to get this nice clean one.
I switched cameras.
Oh, you did? Before I even...
Well, just
there.
I thought you might want me to.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. I'm going to all
Oh my gosh. Good morning, everybody. Oh, look at that. That is so cool, Katie. You did a nice job. Well, it's a good balance of words, and you got all those cute little fun icons.
Thanks. And I do owe that to Kelly. Kelly, I have not done this before, and Kelly did walk me through it and gave lots of
You
good
did wonderful.
Well, thank you. With your help, thank you. I better move my drink so I don't spill that.
Let's see. Kay found us. Julie's order went to Seattle. I think Julie is in Minnesota, so
Oh,
her order
geez.
is taking a little vacation. And I think Seattle is really nice this time of year.
Yeah, exactly. Lucky for it,
So,
right?
and there, Katie, we had one question
Yeah.
as you're getting your stuff situated. The email for the August crop has not gone out yet. Our goal is to get it out tomorrow.
Okay.
We're
that's
just
good to know.
finalizing a few things.
And then we can let Upfront know that too. All right, so I'm going to show you just a little trick. So a trick, kind of
We
like
like
a
your
throwback
tricks.
a reverse trick. I couldn't even get that out. Some things that I do, but I did use this quite a bit for this project. What I did was I chose bright colors, and these are all Doodlebug color paper, and you can choose any, or you might have it, or you can use the 6x6.
So it's Doodlebug petite prints.
Yes,
and
yes.
Janet can link that because there are quite a few patterns.
There's lots, yeah. The other side is the plaid. I should show it with this. So what I did was cut everything into 6-inch lengths. So I had two 6x12s for everything. Because I knew I was going to use this a lot. And I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do. And so then I just wanted to get myself prepared. And I will show that, how I did that. So what I do is, this is the die. And I want to make sure. And it is the Pink Fresh die. And I did have these all in order. And I think this one's mine, Kelly, but I'm not 100% sure. But it's not going to matter.
Do you need me to reach
No,
something
you're
for
fine.
you? Okay.
So this is the Pink Fresh die, and it is called Radiating Hearts and Stars. And what I love about this die, and this is a new one, but I'm going to open it up and show you, is that all the stars and hearts are in one die. It doesn't come apart.
So it's all connected.
It's all connected.
And what was it called? Radiating
Hearts and Stars. And
okay.
if you know me, I love hearts and stars. So I thought I'm just going to make a lot of hearts and stars out of my Doodlebug paper.
I feel like we're saying hearts and stars a lot today.
I know, we will be.
So Katie, did you cut your paper in half so that what was the reason for cutting your paper in half?
Oh, there's my die. All right, now I feel more comfortable So what I did was I cut my paper in half. And then to do the backing of my paper, I use the toilet bowl roll, which is actually now
it's more like a lint roller.
A lint roller. Same amount, $24.99, and I use that on big sheets. If I don't have a big sheet, then I will use the smaller score tape, and this is 1.5. It comes in 1 3/4, 2 inches, or you can go smaller. So what I do. And I do this for a lot of projects, and I don't know, I think I've shared this a long time ago, but I will share it today.
Yeah, share it again.
And so you can see this has a purple kind of ending to it. So purple was the last color I used. And so what I do is I have that so it doesn't roll on itself. And I just take it and I roll it all the way across. Now, when you get here, if you cut it, it's like you're cutting gum almost. So I leave that on there, and then I just cut.
Oh, I've never seen you do this.
Oh, really? Maybe I haven't showed it.
I love it.
And then there you go. And then this is on there, and you don't have to worry about the ends.
You cut your paper so that the
reason
die cut and bond is actually the name of what Katie's using. And let's just show it again, Katie, so people can get a look at it.
Toss me the garbage can?
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you. So, yeah, that's what I do to prep my things that I use, and you can see like all the stars I have. These have all been cut out of just different papers over the years, but they have the die cut and bond behind them because I just do it this way.
So it adds sticky to the back of your paper.
Yeah,
and
so
then
you
Katie
can see some of these are already have the die cut and bond on them. And this die will fit right on there. And I'm okay that it doesn't hit the ends of these stars because it has it over here, so it would adhere there. It doesn't have to cover the whole thing. So I took this whole thing, put it down, actually I would do it this way, and then ran it through my machine. And then I have all those stars and hearts. of there.
It's a good way to stock up. And I like how then you have your shapes in those containers.
Yeah. So now this one, let me show you with this one.
What
I
is-
really need to make
so
sure.
what
I
is
said
that
right.
one?
I'm going to grab that. That is this. This is the Spellbinders punctuation and icons. And what they do and how they come on here, they are actually on like a kind of like a transparency plastic sheet. You
Oh,
can kind of see that.
and they stick on there then?
They do. And so I left them on there. And then with the die cut and bond, I flipped it over and I ran the whole thing through. Just
Oh
like
my
that.
gosh.
Yeah. And it
What
does,
a good
it gets kind
idea.
of cracky and so forth, but that's all right. And then as you can see here, they're all cut out then at one time. So then what I did was throw those into a little Avery Elle pocket and those are all in there. So I know they're these shapes and I can just pull them out of there when I want them. And so I have blue ones and red ones and so forth.
So
and
you
these I
use
just
the
keep in
little,
there.
the
Yep.
little
Thank you.
Avery Elle pockets?
Yep, the little
I guess I gave it to
Avery
you
Elle
upside down.
pockets for $10.99 and there's 50 of them in there. So that's how I use those. And I also use them to hold hearts and stars.
You're so organized, Katie.
Well, I gotta be or I won't use it.
Janet says her mind is blown again.
Oh, thank you, Janet. That's a lot coming
Well,
from Janet.
so
Appreciate
it's nice to like get all your die cutting
Yeah.
done and then get everything sorted and then you can just create with
right.
it.
This, I don't know. I thought I was going to take these all off and put them on a magnet and that's why it's in there. But I didn't because I was like, I'm just going to do this. And it does cut. It does take a little
little more power.
But you've got it. And then I just put this whole thing back into the larger Avery Elle's. That's how I keep my larger dies then. So what I did was everything was cut then, maybe spent 30 minutes just cutting stuff so it was all around me so I had it. And then as I want to share one other thing is that I do have this left over, this piece, excuse me, and so I can cut that off. Or some of them might have a bit of a longer piece like down here. So I might trim that off. And so I have these pieces and what I do is I throw them into the 6x6 container and these all have die cut and bond on the back of them. So if I want a piece that is, we'll say like red, it has die cut and bond on the back. So I just know then that is the only things that go in here are die cut and bond pieces. So they all have the backing and I'll throw those
So
in
then
there
you have your scraps. Teresa does that too. And that's the art bin box that's
Yes.
I think $5.99
Yep.
and it also stores the glue press.
Yes.
The precision glue
It's
press
very-
fits in there. It's a handy dandy
and
box.
your 6x6 papers.
Kate, I'm going to order more of those right while
Yes.
we're talking.
Okay. All right. Any questions about that before I move on? So I've got all of my stuff cut out.
So basically you just showed us kind of how you get ready,
Get
how you
ready.
prep
Yeah.
things.
And then I use these for other projects also, not just for one, but then you have it all together.
Donna says you're organized. Diane didn't think we had a show today, so she's happy to be
Oh,
here.
good.
And Katie, Wendy tried it with the double stick tape,
Mhm.
and she said the die didn't cut through the tape liner. I don't know if you have any tips. Cutting.
I'm not sure why it would. I have not had that issue. So as you can see, I've used it quite a few times with all sorts of different.
And she's using the die cut and bond from, is it Couture Creations?
So that could be. I've used.
So it might be
that's the one.
or it could
I've
be your
used.
machine too. I don't know.
It could be the machine.
sure.
Yeah, I have not. I wish I could help you with that, but as I go through these, I have not had that issue with that.
So then when you need something little, you just get your box out and look for the color.
I do. Yeah.
She's going to just clean up here a little bit.
Yeah. There we go.
That's
So
awesome.
that's
I
in
know
there.
Teresa does the same thing.
I
She
think
has
Teresa was the one that turned me into that.
well, she was a good tip.
Excuse my cough. I apologize. It's that nice allergy stuff. All right. So now we're going to go back. We will come back to this. All this stuff is going to show up again and make sense. So I have all of this just laid off to the side right now. Usually it is all over my desk. But I wanted to start with something simple with the currently stamp. And what you can do if you, this is just a real simple, quick idea is you can take the currently stamp and you can use the 4x6. These are actually the
Janine.
Project Life cards. There's 100 in them. They go horizontally or vertically, like this, vertically. And what you can do is you can trim them in half, so make them 4x3s, and then just corner round them, and then you would have 3x4 cards also. So I really like this pack. I use them all the time on different things. So what I did was Polaroid. I did not stamp them that well, so it looks like a not so. It looks like a half picture, but which I was completely fine
It
with
kind
because
of
it
works,
would,
though.
yeah,
I
right
think
on
it
the
works.
line. The date stamp, of course, is one that we always talk about.
Wait, they
It's a
say we
roller date
lost
stamp.
sound.
For $6.29.
Stop. They say we lost sound. How did we lose sound? I didn't do anything. I wasn't even here.
Let's see. Did Janet say we lost sound?
Uh-uh.
Oh,
She says
sound is good. All right. All right, so I'll just continue. So this is the roller stamp, and it is $6.29, and I use that a lot. Now the
I do
inks I
too.
do use, because I like to have them, all inks are going to work with the stamp, but people have asked what I use. I do use the VersaFine and the Memento a lot. The Archival is just a little bit where it kind of smushes out a bit more. It's a little bit heavier, but I use these a lot. The VersaFine is $12.49 and $10.49 for the Memento, but they do last a long, long time, and there are refills for these also. The VersaFine's on order.
Yeah, it's
yeah, it's been back ordered. So this is what I use to do my stamping. So here for crafting, I just wrote, like, on that day I was working on Jack's freshman track book for the 2024-25 KU season. Everything I wrote is in Le Pens. I love them.
Okay, so the Le Pens
Mhm.
are.
And I don't have.
I'll
the
get a
Le Pens?
couple just to
Okay.
show all the
Thank you.
colors they come in, Katie, and Janet can link them.
And reading every night before I turn off the light and go to sleep, and I just stamped a book there. And missing having time to spend in my craft room because life has been so busy, and listening to podcasts and old playlists from when Jason and I were younger. And I just put the music, and I just underlined those with a red pen. And that was it. This could go on a 12x12 page. It can go on a 8x6. It can just go right into your pocket. Or maybe you're going to do this once a week, just currently things that you're doing. And it's always fun to go back and look. I've done this for quite some time, and I'll go back and look and go, oh my gosh, I had forgotten that I was doing that, or crafting. Oh, I forgot I had listened to that. So I think it's kind of fun just to keep those quick little memories, and this can take 10 minutes to do.
I brought a whole bunch. I brought everything but black.
Oh
Well,
my
I didn't bring them all,
gosh.
Katie, but there's
How happy
they're
does
so
that
nice
make
because they're
me?
that fine tip, and they're like
Yes.
$2. They're really
Oh.
inexpensive.
And yeah, I have a lot of these colors.
You probably
I
have
probably
them
have
all.
them all.
I think you do.
Currently, I am writing with all my Le Pens. So that is something you could do. Just a really quick, I'm just going to put those right there. Just a quick little thing that if you'd want to do it that way. Now, I'm going to show you some other ways that you can do it a little bit more in depth, but not super in depth.
Well, I think it's cool to just keep track of your normal, what you're doing every day. A lot of us are, if you have a birthday or a wedding or something like that, but everyday things are good too.
I forgot to pull one of these. It's a Vicki Boutin paper, and it's black on the back, but has this really pretty color stuff. Thank you. All right, so another thing, and Kim's going to go grab the paper. It's a Vicki Boutin paper, and it has these beautiful shades, and it's an older paper. Again, I cut everything into 6x12.
Oh,
here's part of the paper.
Katie, yeah. I love that.
So here's part of the paper. It's from Color Study, and it's called New Ideas. So it's an older paper, but I just loved the colors and how it, this is reminding me
of what?
The Tim Holtz mat.
Oh.
So this
gosh.
I love this paper. Absolutely love it. And Kim's going to grab a sheet if I already said that. And then I cut it down. Oh, thank you, Kim. Look at this. Isn't that
What
like,
was the name of it again, Katie? So
it is called, it's Color Study New Ideas. Isn't that fabulous?
how did you, I'm amazed that you came up with a way to use that paper
I
by
knew I
cutting it up.
had to use it. I wasn't sure how, but this could be used so many different ways. You could use this as an 8x6 background and make a list. You could put currently, and then you can stamp tons and tons and tons of them, or lots, I should say, down the side and fill them in. I mean, there's so much to do with this paper as a background. It's one of my favorites for a long time. I haven't had a super favorite for a while. I think this is my
It's your
super
new
favorite.
super favorite?
Yes. And so what I did was cut that down. And this is a different way of doing the currently. Again, I just stamped it at the top, but instead of using words, I just used the icons then. So books, car, movie, crafting, and then I love the word not, because sometimes we're just not into doing something. So my book, driving, doing errands, movie or TV, I didn't add a TV to the stamp, and I need to do that for next time. I have some ideas for a new one too. The scissors is for crafting, and then the currently not complaining about the weather. It's not yet that heavy, humid, hot weather, except for today it will be.
Yes.
So I just use it
Summer's
differently.
here.
Summer is here in Iowa. So I just changed this and used it into a card. I could corner around it if I wanted to. But then what I did, what I like to do every so often in my scrapbooks, and I'm a pretty big 8x6 scrapbooker, I put the currently down here in the pocket, and then I will put pictures up there of what I'm currently doing. But I decided I was going to this time just print off pictures of the show we just finished and the book I just read. So I put that in there. And then I thought, wow, I could add some stars, like rate these if I wanted to.
Oh, you could.
So then that would be my 8x6 paper or page in there.
And
then it's
Katie,
done.
Laura has an idea that
Yeah.
that would be great for baby stats.
Oh, it would.
If your date
Oh my gosh,
stamp
yes.
or what
Yep.
your baby's currently doing, like rolling over.
Yeah, or what are they reading?
And we've got to ask the name of the paper one more time.
The name of the paper is the Color Study New Ideas.
So New Ideas. And
Let's
this is
see if I put
Katie's
that
new
up there.
idea.
That's
And
not
it is
really
in
working.
stock. We do have it. So it
Yep.
is available. And Janet
And it's been in
just
stock for
linked it.
a long time. All right,
That's a
so
good
maybe
one.
you don't, maybe this is, you don't want to do a whole 4x6. Well, then I took that same paper and I cut it down to 3x4.
Oh.
And then this is done a little bit differently. So this week is actually off of the Glimmer stamp. I was so
You combined
happy.
them, didn't you?
Yes, this week, this month, and today I use all the time. They're perfect. Happy is also perfect for
We didn't really plan that.
not at all
That they would be to work together so well. That was kind of an
They
accident.
work so good together. And so this one I just stamped on this week from the Glimmer, what I've been, and then enjoying. And so the weather, and I just put one of the icons there. The weather, most days
Oh.
have been sunny. We have had a couple of days that it rained. I'm one that loves a rainy day. I see it as a chance to tuck in and read or craft or take a little nap. So you can do it that way too.
That's
You can
so
just use the
fun.
icons. And then if you wanted, it would fit in here to 3x4. And maybe I'm just going to leave, that's it. I'm going to do that and maybe add a picture from the week, and then maybe it's a 4x6. Maybe this is a story together and this is as on its own. So, I just twisted that camera.
That's okay. Fix it.
There we go. And so this, I just wanted to show how you could use the icons too. For a birthday one, I made a birthday card, and then the word celebrating, I put down in the corner of the card. So it was about a 3x4, and it had a flower, and then I just wrote celebrating. So you can use them on cards too if you wanted to.
Katie, can you show the two stamps together?
Oh,
Janet
would love to.
commented, Katie designed the currently and Janet designed the Glimmer, and Janet commented how a lot of we use the same fonts, which is one
Yes.
reason why they do go together. Plus the
And we
subject.
didn't even ask each other about the fonts, but the fonts go together.
Yeah.
And after we have done that, we were comparing fonts, Janet and I were, and I said, well, I really like this, and this. And she's like, oh my gosh, those are the ones I used too.
Yeah, it worked out really well. So if you have one, You might want to get the other one. If
Yeah,
you want to
they
know
go
more
so
about
well
Glimmer,
together.
Janet can link. We launched Glimmer on June 2nd, which was
You
what,
could
last
actually
week?
make and I thought about doing this, Kelly, if you could take a 3x4, or again, any size, and you could put this week's glimmers and
Oh,
then use
yeah.
this stamp and actually list your glimmers. Maybe you list a drive that you took that was a glimmer. Oh, we went out to so. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. Or a show that we really liked. Or I've been listening to this and that was such a glimmer because I heard about this. So you can really put these two together. Maybe we'll have to do something more like that.
Yeah, there's so many ideas. And I
Okay,
just love
so
it
this
all.
is just the real quick, simple, easy idea of how you would want to use it. And now I'm going to go on. And what I'm going to show you next is a 6x8 page that I did. And this is a real simple, easy way to do. This is a 6x8 page. And this paper is another Vicki Boutin one. And it has all these spinning wheels, it's called. And it has all these spinning wheels. But on the back, it has this green. And
Kind
it
of a
doesn't
grungy.
show, it doesn't show as bright green as it is. Again, I cut it in half, so it's 6 inches. I did not cut this border off because I wonder maybe I was going to do
Oh,
something
yeah.
with it.
It's a good one.
You're going to see that later. So spinning wheels. So I cut a 6x8 page. And then I grabbed, and this is a paper I just have had for some time, and I wanted to use it. I just didn't know how to use it. It's another Vicki Boutin, if I can get it over here.
Katie's
it's
into
called-
doing the Vicky thing today.
Yes, a picnic blanket. Isn't that fun?
Oh, I have not really, I have to tell you, I haven't really looked at the names.
Yeah, a picnic blanket. I love those squares. My first thought was to do a 12x12 page and put currently through here and then add things to that. And I still might try that, but I wanted to do a 6x8. So what I did was cut out the squares. So you can see on here, I just cut the squares apart. And then put this paper back over here. And I just cut them with my scissors. I did not trim them nicely because it's kind of more of a whimsical, fun look. And so I just cut them. And you can leave a bigger border or a smaller border. It's completely up to you. And so that's what I did. And then I adhered it down. These have bigger borders on them, as you can see.
So you just, for your 6x8 page.
Yep. I keep thinking
Good
that black.
idea.
I gotta move that. I keep thinking that's the floor.
No.
All right, so I did put that there. And then what I did was the speech bubbles. This is the Spellbinders die, and it is called Speech Bubbles. And I fell in love with this.
You did. She did, you guys.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Oh my gosh, I just love this, and I wanted to use it, and I've used it a lot. But I'm going to show you how I've used it. When you get the die, it does cut a back and then the bubble inside. So you can use them. You can use it this way, or maybe you want a smaller speech bubble, or if you want a backing and then the middle. So there's 3 different ways to use those.
That's
And I will show you
That's a
even
lot
more
of
of this.
options because how many different speech
1, 2,
bubbles?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So
that's
there's 7,
21
21 different.
options. I just love that.
I know. Katie loved it when it first came in, and we've reordered it multiple
Yay.
times. So thank you, Katie.
You're welcome, Kelly. Thank you for
I
keep
love it.
ordering it in because I like to look at it. All right, so the first thing I did was I just took these squares and I stuck them down. And then the speech bubbles I cut out of the paper. So I should say, I'm going to show you it this way. All right, so I took a square and then I cut my speech bubble out, and that's the backing. So the square paper has this blue, fun blue backing. Then I knew it was going to match because her stuff she makes to match. Well, I guess everybody does. Anyways, so I did that, and currently I use that from the currently. This is so crooked. I'm going to have to.
Your page is a little crooked. You're on your paper,
Is
isn't
it?
it crooked?
Does that look better? Does it
Yeah,
look more straight?
that looks more straight.
Okay. So Currently is from the Currently stamp, and it is the smaller Currently down here because I thought it would be important. Sometimes you want to use a big one and sometimes you want to use a small one. I will say that it is also made for Currently visiting that will fit right under there nicely.
Good job, Katie.
They all fit together. And I forgot my book that has all the samples in it. So we're just going to go on. So Currently this week, and then these are the stars that I had prepped earlier.
Oh, from
my the Doodlebug and the star
Do you have the die handy?
this die.
Okay.
So see, it has these little ones in there that I used. And then the bigger ones. So this die is all these stars. Did you want the package?
No, that's okay.
Okay, it's the pink fresh one. So I added those and popped some. Then over here, I actually used the stamp. So I took a picture of my flower, and this is about 1.5 by 1. And I'm enjoying it. I'm noticing that they're opening now, and I go visit them. So I just stamp that around there. Over here, why is this wet? Anyway, sorry. This is a speech bubble, and I put eating. And Jason made my favorite meal, grilled salmon and couscous. I just like to say that. So I put that there. This is another little picture, and just put missing. Sometimes you don't have to explain it. The picture does it itself. And that is a heart from this die that I prepped earlier. And then this is Charlie. And I have
So
loving
cute.
and watching. She sits like that on the couch as I do my yoga.
And watches you?
And she watches me with her bone in her mouth. And then there's a little sun there. And then this speech bubble is, it's actually like those bubbles that you think in your head. And so this one, I just typed overthinking, and I overthinking once and then stamped it 2 more times because I'm always overthinking everything. And then the roll date down here. And then I just use, I have enamel dots from everything. And so I just put enamel dots through there to kind of bring the color, the orange over here, the yellow down here, the reds. So that is just a quick 6 by 8 page. And I really do wonder why that is wet.
Katie, you could, if somebody was like more into the 12 by 12 pages, you could take that page and you could mat it and put it on a 12 by 12 page.
Absolutely.
Along with the title or whatever.
Definitely, even if you wanted to do it on a 12 by 12, you can do it on the side.
I think that would be neat.
Or you could go through and do all the squares. What I would do is buy 2 sheets of this, and I would have like I would cut a long sheet and then maybe cover some of these up.
Mm-hmm.
And then that could be your background or where all your pictures are. And then you can put some Currently things and then have the pictures on here on the blue.
There's so many options.
Yes.
It makes you excited. I just want to go up and down the aisles and look at all the papers that are kind of sectioned off like that.
Yeah, this paper is so much fun. I love this paper. And again, it's called Bold and Bright Picnic Blanket. Another thing you could do with this paper is, I'm going to show you in my little book here. So you can make a flap. And so this says today on it. And again, it's from, this heart is from the ones that I cut out. So when I have them around me, then I can just pick from them wherever they are and add to it. So what I did to create this, and I think I cut my sample up, but we can do it again. So I'm just going to cut out this square. Again, I don't really.
I like how you just cut with your scissors.
I just cut. And then I'm going to cut this grid. That's another piece that I will show you. But it is this, looks like bubbles on the back. And it's called All Around, and it's Discover and Create. And it has this beautiful grid on the back. And I will show you that.
You like a good grid, Katie.
I do like a good grid.
She's a good grid liker.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this little scrap of grid on here, and I'm just going to cut. And I'm not worried that it's even or anything like that. If I wanted to, I could go in and use a trimmer, but I really did for this activity. I just used my scissors. Oh, I know why it's wet, because that's wet.
Oh, okay. Katie found the wet source, so we're good. We had a
My
little
stamp cleaner.
had a little towel over here.
Yeah, I had a little towel over there. So what I'm going to do on here, I'm just going to fold this over. So I have a little flap at the top, and I'm going to put this under there. Flip it over, and I'm actually just going to use regular tape. Scotch tape to tape it down. It is longer. You could leave that, or you could cut it. If it was longer, I might even put the word enjoying down here. But I'm just going to trim that off. And then I can put some adhesive on the back of this. And if I put it back over here, then I have another square. And maybe I'm going to go to all the stars I have in my little pocket here. And I might pop dot it up. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put one in here. And I have all those stars. And then I can put one.
Oh, that looks neat, Katie.
And notice they kind of go together then too. But then when you open it, you have where you can write. So I wrote or stamped there was enjoying. And then down in the lower corner of the stamp is 1, 2, 3, and it's all put together. And it fits perfectly to stamp right there.
Oh, I forgot about that part of the stamp.
So I wrote slower pace, watching lilies start to bloom, and then hanging out. I don't know. That says June 11th, which is today.
That's
so I'm
today.
just gonna have a slower pace
I hope you
today.
are not leaving to go watch your lilies bloom
Yeah.
today, because
Did I
we're
spell
hoping
lilies right?
we're hoping Katie's working today.
Should Y to I? No, lilies has to be spelled that way, right? Is lilies IES?
I can look it up, Katie. I don't know.
Anyways, so that is how you do that. Now in the today, there's a stitching that is around the square. So I started to draw a stitching, but I must have gotten it interrupted because I didn't go back and finish it, but I would add some stitching. So then you could also just use these labels. And we have crafting. I stamped crafting, demos, Jack's track gear, our family album, and then I stamped that little icon over there. This is just to kind of add a little bit more fun. And the labels sheets we have are...
Did you know, Katie, there is
label
a
sheets.
Lily nail place here in Ankeny?
Oh, is there? Oh, here they are. So these
you are
cut
correct on your
aparts.
spelling, by the way.
Thank you. These are labels, and you can order these. They are just cut apart, and I created labels that are all green, and they are a rainbow of colors of labels that you can purchase here at the store. So you can see I've cut mine up and cut them apart.
Oh, Katie, I'm interrupting
okay,
for
that's all right.
Important.
Yes.
It is IES.
It is?
So yes,
I
I was
spelled it
wrong.
wrong.
Sorry.
You know,
But that's okay. We do
I'm not
love your
gonna worry about
labels
it.
too.
Thank you.
And Katie designed the
right.
labels. I don't think you mentioned. Can you show the labels again?
Yeah.
I don't think she mentioned it, but she designed all of these label sheets in different colors.
Sheets are kind of...
And you've been using yours, we can tell.
Yeah. So like I said, they're square ones. Some of them have a grid to them. Some of them are blank. Some of them are red. Some of them are coral. But these are all shades of red. And they're different sizes also. And I'm going to show you how to use those too. How are we doing for time? Oh, gosh. So I just cut this label out from one of the label sheets. And now what I'm going to show you. So that is one thing, just to use how to use these squares and make it into a page or a larger page too. So I mentioned the speech bubbles. So I'm going to flip up here, and this is a page that I've already done. So I'm trying to make it straight for you guys. And it is just a currently page. It's 6 by 8, but I did adhere it in this book that I've been using. Can you see that?
Looks
All right.
good.
So what I did was, there's another, of course, Vicki Boutin paper, and it looks like this, and it is called mixed tags. So you have tags at the top, and they go long, and then you have some of these travel tags, and then some of these, they look like paint chip tags to me. So with the paint chip tags, I cut those apart, and I just used them as backgrounds on here. And then my speech bubbles, which I cut out in solid colors, and then the fronts are whites. And then I just stamped different words.
From the
So,
stamp set, from
yeah.
the currently set?
Yep. So overthinking, I thought I could write around here, because when you're overthinking, you're not really straight. Learning, reading, celebrating, watching, visiting. And celebrating, I think we go straight into, oh, a birthday where we do this, but I might be celebrating that it's actually sunny out today. I might be visiting my flower garden. So it doesn't have to be
Oh,
one of those
that's-
first things that you think
That's
of.
pretty cool, because I think it would be visiting someone, but it
Right.
could be visiting, like you said, your flower
Yeah.
garden.
Visiting my photos of long ago and wondering why I haven't got those all done yet. Watching YouTube videos, or watching my flowers grow. Those types of things. Watching so-and-so crawl across the room if you have a little one. So that is just a quick page. Again, there's the grid in the back. But I wanted to show you real quickly. What is my next one, Kelly? Well, I will just show you real quickly. So this is a stamp set. And the stamp set is the Spellbinders, and it is called Speech Bubble Sentiments. And it is, all of these sentiments will fit into those speech bubbles, but so do these grid, dots, and lines too. And I wanted to use them behind on here. So I stamped it once, and it just stamped really dark, and I was like, oh, I can't even see that. So let me show you what I did real quick as a fun thing to do. I have stuff all over. It looks like my desk at home. I'm going to take the grid lines and grab a block, and it's going to have to be just a bit bigger block. And then I'm going to do them in blue, and I'm going to use the VersaFine Clear Blue, what's it called? Paradise. And I'm going to ink it up. And I will stamp it off. No, I'm not going to stamp it off. I'm not going to stamp it off.
Stamp it off. No,
Nope,
I'm not going to stamp it off.
I'm not going to stamp it off. So what I did is I'm going to stamp it once. And then oh, that's like a perfect little star right there. That's odd. Oh, I don't want to stamp it again. Anyways, I'm going to stamp it again. And it's a little bit lighter. Oh, that spot did stamp. And then I'm going to stamp it one more time so it's super light. I think I just didn't put enough pressure on the whole thing. So I have a dark that's really dark.
With a spot.
With a spot. I'll go like this. I have a dark one.
There you go.
Medium. And then a light one. And that light one doesn't really show very well. So I'm going to flip it over, and so you can see, oh, I actually used those. I've used them. So there is one like dark, and then I stamped it off, and then the lighter one. The point being is that I would take my speech bubble, and then I would just cut that out, and then I have the grid on the back already. That's how I use
That's cool,
those.
Katie. I like that.
That got a little bit darker, but then I thought, well, if it's just darker, maybe I'm going to have a speech bubble and just put a heart in it. One of those hearts that I cut earlier, or maybe I'm just going to put some of these words on there.
Yeah, those are some of those are kind of bold.
So I was thinking, just time's sake, I'm not going to do that. But that was going to be a little.
So you stamp the little background, and then you go ahead and die cut.
Yeah, so you can see how I die cut this one out. And they're here someplace, and when I come across them, I'll show you.
Here's one, Katie.
Oh, there it is.
Is that what you're talking about?
It is. Thank you. So these are my speech bubbles. My speech bubbles. So can you see how I cut that one out right here? And then the background is red. And this is how I just use with the labels too. So I cut out all certain kinds of different sizes of labels. This one I thought you could put currently down here, and that's the grid that I had just showed you with the bubbles on the back.
Oh, sure.
And then the grid. Thank you for pointing this out. That was what I was looking for.
That's
It was
you're
right
looking
there.
for.
Yeah. So I stacked the labels,
I
and
like
these are
how
just
you
hearts.
did those labels like that,
Isn't it
Katie. That's
fun?
really neat. Did we say how much the label sheets are?
No.
I don't know if we know. They
I
come
think
in all
these are the
different
ones
colors. Oh, you brought those
from home.
Okay.
Yeah. They do. They come in all sorts of colors. So then, but remember, from when we first started, I showed you how I cut those labels and icons. These and those now are on here, so you can see the little star
Oh, and the arrow.
and the arrow and the hearts. And some of these hearts are from the other die that I used.
I like those tickets too. Those are pretty neat.
Yeah. Now this piece right here and this piece right here are actually the centers from this one and this one. And looking at this, I don't think I would have noticed it, but since I had pre-cut all that stuff, one had fallen out, and I thought, oh, that would be a perfect little just a splash of color. Now this is from another die, and this is where I reined myself in. I wanted to show you all sorts of different things that you could do with this die. And this die is actually the Spellbinders Crafty Babe one. So it has the hearts, the camera, scissors, flower, and then little glimmers down here. So I had cut those all out too, and they are in this package here.
Oh, cool.
And so then I saw the scissors, and I wanted to use that. So this might be crafting, and I could put that on. Maybe overthinking and then do journaling here. Maybe I'm going to write reading or wishing. That's not one of the words. I should write that down. And the exclamation would be here.
Thank you.
Now with the currently here, I might just put the date on that one. So that's kind of how they were stacked up. And there, I would add, maybe I could add one of the larger hearts.
Oh, yeah,
here,
that looks
just to
good.
fill
I
that
like
in.
it.
And so these all came from this die.
Oh,
And let me show you I show you real quick, a quick thought about it.
and that's the Crafty Babe. Okay.
Yeah. So it was something I thought I started this, and then I thought, okay, I need to rein myself in, because this one is, so it cuts out this large piece and the hearts, but you also get the positive and the negative. And let me show you quickly what that means.
You probably already said the name of that die, but I stepped
Yeah,
away for a
That's okay.
second.
Yeah, I'll
But
say
it's
it. I'll
from-
say it again. So you could actually
Oh,
use
I
this at the
see.
end
Oh, yeah.
too of those. So then these are all from that die. And then this I just cut. It's about a 1/4 inch smaller, and put that on there so I could write on this one. But maybe I don't say loving, because that's what it is, and something about my flowers, and maybe something I'm crafting, or someone's getting their hair cut. Loving that Jack is getting his haircut. So that was just a quick little.
That big heart's
Put
neat
together,
because it's
isn't
got
it?
little holes in it,
Yes.
and then you have that little border piece.
Yep. And it is called Labels and Icons, Crafty Babe.
Katie, Linda has a question.
Yeah.
She wants to know if you label your little bags as to what die they're from.
You know, that would be a
Or-
very good idea. Sometimes what I'll do is I put it in like this.
So you have a larger,
Yeah. This is
Avery
the
Elle
large
bag.
Avery Elle bag. Yeah. And it's got quite the glare to it.
and then you can put your
Sometimes I
all
will
your
do that.
stuff
Yeah.
in that goes with the die. That's a good idea. I've done that before
Mhm.
with die cuts.
So then I'm
Keep
so
'em with the
happy
die.
sometimes. I'll go to my graduation stuff, and I have cut a bunch of graduation stuff that's already in the bag, and it makes me so happy.
And then you don't-
I
you're
have to
done. You're
cut
ready
it.
to go.
Yes. One thing I do is I sort my ephemera by shapes. And so these are all my hearts. And I have bags of hearts. So all my heart stuff is together. And I do the same for my stars. A lot of these are those simple story stars, the little chipboard stars. So
Mhm.
anything star-wise, when I break a collection down or ephemera, I put in these.
I wish I was
Plastic
that
containers.
organized.
And so if I label it, because if I don't see it, I'm not going to use it.
Oh, yeah,
At all. So then I have that, and I'll pull these out because I can use them for smaller.
Those little
things.
containers are
Yeah.
pretty handy too from
They're
Art
just
Bin.
the 4x6 little pieces, and they're $3.29. So the prices have gone up a little bit today. All right, now for the grand finale, I think. I have to double check. Yes. All right, the grand finale.
Wow.
This was so fun. I'm going to just move all my stuff to the side.
Katie's got a lot of piles here, everybody. Janet says she does label her Avery Elle bags like that, like you did your box with hearts and stars.
That would be, so these are, will you hand me the big container?
Oh, yeah.
So this is what they are in. It is the 6-pack photo keeper for $13.99. And these are actually in, this isn't going to fit. Oh, ta-da, it is. And then I have it labeled here. This one just is a different container. Yes, it's this way. But almost all of my other ones are in here, and they're all labeled my ephemera pieces. And then I've made a label for right here. So it says like stars, hearts, speech bubbles, circles. So then I can see exactly which ones are in there. I have to label everything or I won't use it. And that's come in handy. So that's, oopsie, kind of an organizational thing that I do too, is in there.
Well, somebody would like to know how you organize your dies.
My dies?
If you have a system to organize your dies.
I do. So they are organized. I'm going to try to straighten this out while I tell this. So they're organized by what they are. So words are in it's almost like a container like this plastic container. And I have a shelf that's has lots of cubby holes in it, and these fit in the shelf. So I'm really lucky with that.
Nice. The little plastic tubs, bins.
Yeah. So this one I would put in my like speech bubbles, and then I have a divider, and at the top it says speech bubbles. And then behind it, it might say words. So anything that's words goes in there. And then I have stars, anything with stars. And then I have hearts, anything that has heart dies go there. Circles.
So do you keep your coordinating stamps? Because there's a speech bubble stamp and there's a speech bubble die. Do you keep?
I do not.
So those go with your stamps?
Yeah, my stamps go in my stamps. And they're organized in the same way, like broke down. Does that make sense?
Yep. Okay. Denise said this is what she keeps her gems in. And I do the same.
I do too.
They're really handy for gems.
My gems and all my enamel dots. Any of my enamel dots.
I wanted to show our new gem section. But I'll show it. We'll show it tomorrow. Yeah.
So all my gems and then enamel dots, enamel stars, and I take them out of the packages and I cut them down, all the extra stuff, and I fit them all in here. I do that too.
They're just handy little boxes. And $3 is pretty reasonable for.
And I've done this long enough that I know that they're in there now, so I can find them.
There you go.
All right, so let's go to this page. This page has grid in the back. And then I made this quite a while ago, I think this winter. And these are all the different stars that I showed you how I punch them out or die cut them, all in different colors.
That's amazing, Katie. Oh my gosh.
And then the little ones are from, like this one is from the stamp set of those labels and icons. That's from the labels and icons. And so the smaller ones are just out of different paper. I did try to put that shiny stuff.
Glossy accents?
When Weekastella.
Oh, Weekastella.
On some of them, but it didn't work. But then I did put some dots on there too.
I like how you added the enamel dots on there.
The enamel dots just kind of fills things in.
It does. Like. It makes it cool.
And then this is, again, that paper from Vicki Booten. I use these tags, and it's called Mixed Tags, Bold and Bright. And these I left the bottoms on. And so, because I wanted them to show down here. So this is celebrating. Grandpa was excited to show Sam how he could stand up and walk again. Loving having the boys here for the entire weekend. And all these just tucked behind. And I put them.
And you could even add more if you wanted to.
Oh, lots more, yeah. This is Miss Charlie. Charlie loves to watch the birds and the squirrels outside of my craft window. There's snow, so it was obviously this winter. So those are how I would use those stamps. But I also then wanted to do another one. So I'm going to show you that and how I basically did that very quickly. Oh, there's my list of.
Is that your list of what you're showing today, Katie? Yep. Kate, we're coming to the end, and Katie found her list.
So what I started with is, I'm not sure why I'm turning that, but this is that green paper, and that I
Okay.
kept the border on there. That is the spinning wheels, and that's the barcode, but I kept it on there just because I liked how it looked. So this is, gosh, that really bothers the straightness of this thing, Kelly. That paper. And again, remember I cut everything into 6 by 12. So I kept this as a 6 by 8. But these pages could actually go together, couldn't they?
They could.
So we could do it this way.
Yes, I like that, Katie. Was that an
And
accident?
it was an accident.
A happy accident.
Okay, I need to straighten this thing again,
Look
Kelly.
at the table. Go the other way. Okay, stop. There you
Okay.
go.
Look at the
Perfect.
table.
Well, the line
No,
on the
it is.
table.
Yeah, and very good. Very good. All right. And so then I cut out a strip of white, and that's how I made the pocket. But this time I used stars. No,
Or
hearts.
hearts.
Yes. But the currently is cut out of the paper with the squares again. That I used all that.
Oh, yeah.
So I use the letters, and those letters, I use this all the time. Is the Winnie the Pooh one. Alphabet, numbers, and
It's
more.
so cute.
It works out so well.
And it's nice, I think, Katie, because it has the numbers. You don't always get
Yes.
numbers with your alphabets.
And it has the little signs there too that are fun to add as just a little
I didn't realize
creation.
that's how you did it, that you attached them to a strip of white cardstock
Yeah.
or whatever color people
Whatever
want
color
to
you want to
use.
use. And so that will go there. And then the tags. Oh, here you can see where I've cut out, how I cut out the letters. I just find a spot on that little square for currently.
Katie,
I
PJ
cut
said
them out.
glimmer moment
Oh,
when you pulled that out. Yeah.
oh, thank you. You could put glimmer here too. You could put currently in black. You might be able to see it a bit better. But I did that with the currently. So what I'm just going to show you how to create this, if you wanted to do it all the way across to the other side. So what I would do is I'm going to take this white, probably can see it right that, white, and I put tape across it. Usually I use the green repositionable one. Now remember I had all those hearts laid out. So all these hearts are going to be laid out in front of me, and it does look like this. So it does look like.
Oh my gosh. We all
I
want to
keep
know if
hitting
you
that.
start with the big or the little.
Yeah, I will show you.
And Claudia wants to know what printer you use to print your little photos.
My photos, to print the smaller ones like this, I use a Word document, and my photos are on my computer, and I right click and hold, and then it says copy, and then I copy it onto the Word document, and then I just resize it from there.
And you print it with what printer?
That was my big one. That's the Canon IX.
Okay.
But I'll also use the app on my phone to print on my PM400, my PictureMate 400. And there is an app, and you can print tiny small ones onto a 4x6. You can do it that way too. I think we just need to show that sometime, Kelly, don't we? How to do that. All right, I do have stars mixed in here because I had everything all over here on my desk. So what I do is I start to grab them. I want to go in rainbow order, or I don't. And then I just start to place them. I'm going to keep it here. Now we can see it. I know if I'm going to put it in a pocket that I'm going to have to cut off the edge of this. So I might start in a little bit closer so I don't have to cut a lot of the heart off. And this one I'm just going to have fun with. How about that? Oh.
We got you on the spot here, Katie.
And then I go down a little bit. And so it's filling in a lot of the space. Just like that.
Katie, I feel like this is a whole other demo. I think everyone, you guys are
well,
getting a
really?
lot today. You are definitely getting a lot today.
Okay, so then I take medium ones. And the only thing I don't want to do is put plaid by plaid. So I might put it, we'll see, that's too big. So I'm going to put.
I like how you toss it aside.
Yeah, they do. I do a lot of tossing. And then you just start layering them. Oh, see, I'm going to overthinking right now. Overthinking.
Just do it, Katie. Just do it.
Okay. I've broken it out into a hot sweat.
Well, we've got Katie on the spot, but
So
Katie, we appreciate you doing this on the fly. We know that you're just,
it
she did
is
not
totally
plan
on the
this out at
fly.
all, you guys. This
No.
is all just coming
Live.
at us.
All right. So, and I just keep doing that. I arrange it, rearrange it. I might punch out some smaller ones or other ones that I might want or need. Ooh, there's 2 there. Oh, I like that one a lot.
Well,
And
it's
you can see
looking really
why
good.
the repositionable would work well, right? And then I'm going to put, then you go back and you can fit the smaller ones in. So once I have this all arranged how I want it and covering all the white, then I will, see, oh my gosh, I think I've started to completely sweat. Okay, so then I go and get my smaller ones. My teeny tiny ones are in this holder here. Those are big ones. So I put those. A lot of these were the chipboard that we used to get from Simple Stories. They had those chipboard packs. And what I did was break those down into the different shapes because I wasn't using them. And so then I just start to layer over these. So this is just like chipboard pieces that I will do to add dimension to those. And then once it's completely done, then we don't have any green on this one. We should add some green. Let's see what I can find here. Oh, I like this green one. Oh, but we have half dots. So then I might add, Kelly, when you left, I started to sweat. You were like my support system.
I'm still here, Katie. I'm still here.
And so there, you can just make it any way. Now, if you have some white that is showing that you don't want, and we know we're not going to cover that up.
Oh,
just cut
okay.
it
I
off.
was wondering if you had to
Yeah.
put a heart on there and have it hang off.
So if we go back to this one, you can actually see how it's kind of cut funky on the back. It's because that was white that was showing that I don't want. Now to put it on the page, I would use, if I had remembered, I use skinny score tape, so like 1/8 of an inch on each side, and then I put it down as a pocket on here.
And Cheryl said you could use pop dots too if you wanted.
Yes,
depending
absolutely.
Depending on the book you're putting them in, I
you
suppose.
can see this. Some of them are pop dotted. This green one you can tell is pop dotted up. Some of the chipboards, they add some nice dimension to it too. So, and you could actually, with that comment, glimmer clusters. Yes, you can have currently clusters. You could put glimmer across
Put
here.
glimmer across there.
Yes, and so you can. Oh, that's not even really centered. There you go. So you put glimmer, and you could add glimmers on it. And then I just cut again that paper,
those,
and those can go in here, up here. I thought, or you would, and then, and I can't believe it. I had them in my hand this morning,
What
and
do
I
you
put
need?
them down. Pictures.
Oh, sorry, Katie.
I had some other of these smaller pictures that would fit right down here. So I would add some pictures down here. Or you can put this lower and just fill it with bunches of pockets. And you could put hearts at the top of these to come out too.
Oh, yeah.
Or stars.
That would be neat too.
Or some ribbon if you want. I had to stop because I kept going. And I'll tell you what, I kept thinking of things until I think it was about 11 o'clock last night. And I went, okay.
Then she had to like
stop.
turn off her brain.
I said, I have to stop. My brain was, so then I laid in bed and thought about stuff.
Did you see Janet's comment that you could use the border across the front of a card and have a pull-out sentiment?
Oh, yes.
Which would be neat.
Oh, that would be great.
And then we have
clusters.
a question. Gail asked if you're
Yeah.
making a card. So maybe explain what you're making.
For this?
Yeah.
It's just, it's just a layout.
Like a layout.
Yeah, it's a layout.
layout.
That's what it is. I couldn't think of the word. It's just a layout that I would use. And this would actually fit. And I thought I would actually slide into a 6x8 pocket. I don't have a 6x8 pocket, but here's, the one that we used earlier.
So for like a 6x8 layout for a 6x8 album.
And I would call that just a little
and
layout.
You could make it for 12x12.
Oh,
you just
very
make
easily.
A longer band of hearts or stars or whatever.
You could do all of this on 12x12s.
And Kathy said it'd be cool to put it over a large photo, which you said you had some photos somewhere.
Yes. I love I'm liking that right now. I print a lot of my photos off in 5x7 or 8x6. I love large photos. And so I put the 6x8 or 8x6 photo right into the pocket.
So Katie, you like big photos and you
I like
cannot
big
lie.
photos and I cannot lie. Yes. I need to share some of that stuff, but some of that stuff I just is, But anyways, this would be the perfect. I would put this into my 6x8 because our family album is 6x8. And I would put that right into the 6x8 family
It looks
album.
amazing, and
Isn't it
it's
fun? I just love the
it's
bright
really
colors.
neat, Katie. You've done a great job.
Thank you. You could also, if you wanted, you could put this on one side and that on the other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's very non-sequential. Do I want to say? It's just kind of, I just do whatever kind of comes to my mind.
It's going to be so good to look back on that because you're
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, I forgot that,
I forgot
had
when
these
Jason
flowers
made me
or-
couscous.
yes.
This was the latest picture of the boys, and Jason sent that to me, and I did print it off in our family album 6x8, and I just love it.
Yeah, that is
So-
really neat.
Yeah. So, anyways, and you can print small pictures. You could fill up this. I just love this paper so much. I mean, you could cover it, squares up with some other. You could easily put like a 4x6 here, and then words. I mean, there's just so much you could do with this. You could make this. I saw that as a belly band
Mm-hmm.
across the card. You sure
That would be
can.
neat.
Just the clusters are so much fun, and it uses up all of your stuff. But I hate to
You
ever
still
be
have
out of
you
my
still
stuff.
have a lot there,
I
Katie.
do, don't I? I want to share this paper. This is from the Flower Emporium by Vicki Booten. These are her starters, I believe, and they're staples. And they're not colors; they're just called paper 1, 2, 3, 4. But look at that grid. Oh my, my, my. And these colors are beautiful when you cut them out with your hearts and stars or whatever
Oh
shape you're
yeah,
using. I
because
should
they're
say.
a solid that's not
Yes.
solid, is Peggy in Peggy's terminology.
Yes, a Peggy term. Yeah. And I do have these all cut out. I left them at home because I thought I just needed to stop. And then they have such nice backs too that you could use the backs easily for any of these shapes too. So I just love that.
It's
and
kind
you
of different than using cardstock,
Mhm.
don't you think?
I
It's
do,
a
yeah.
little different.
And some of them I would use a cardstock on, but then I just like how when you use a pattern paper, how it looks behind there. I obviously like the cardstock look because I have it
Yeah, or mixing it all together is
on
good
here,
too.
yeah, with the cardstock back. There's so many different ways you can use it. And it's also using up your little pieces too in your stash. But this is isn't that just yummy?
So Katie, do you have more to show?
No,
or-
I'm done.
Can you
I'm just
kinda-
looking.
I
I'm
know
just
she
looking at
can't. She
stuff.
can't get away. So
that
can
would be
you
good.
just kind of review the product that you show us the product that
Yeah.
you use? We're going to just now
Okay.
kind of do a review
All right.
because there's
so-
been so much today that I want to remember
Yes.
what you showed us in the beginning.
All right, absolutely. So if I can find it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this over everything. So what was my inspiration was these two stamps. Was the Currently stamp and then the Glimmer stamp. And they go together so well. So that's what I started, or my inspiration. I also used this die quite a bit, and this is the Pink Fresh, and it's called Radiating Hearts and Stars, and that is where I get all of this from the Hearts and Stars.
All
And the
those
reason I
pieces.
like it was because it's one piece and you cut it once and
Yeah,
you have all
I'm
of
getting
this.
one of those, Katie.
Yeah, you have all of that. Another one I used was the Pooh Alphabet Numbers and More. I use that, and I use this quite a bit, honestly, Kelly. I just wanted to.
It's a fun font, and there's a brand new font in town. The classic Mickey
Oh,
font is
yeah, I
here.
saw that too. This one is a Speech Bubbles die, and you can do it 21 different ways. And they show you some samples, and down here you can actually see how they stamped and then dyed, stamped and die
Dyed.
cut. They
They
dyed.
stamped and dyed.
and then dyed.
Well, so
And
that's
those stamps are
there's
from
the
here.
stamps, and that's Speech Bubbles, Kelly Bangs collection
Yes,
from Spellbinders.
centers. So it has those. These are so much fun. In my scrapbooks, I have just stamped a speech bubble or cut it out and then just have one of those in there. They're so fun.
So,
Just saying.
yeah,
Ugh.
so if you're getting one, it's I'm not being a pushy salesperson, but you might want to, if you get the bubbles die, you might want to grab that stamp set.
And then there is this
Oh
one.
yeah, that's right. There's
The
one more.
oh, there's paper everywhere. Punctuation and icons that I use quite a bit too. And that one's $26.99. And that's and with those, then I showed you how I put on the die, what's it called?
Die cut and bond.
Which is just really long double-sided tape, which is this.
It goes along. I think there's like 87
Yeah.
feet, maybe something like that.
I
in it.
haven't ran out of my one yet.
I still have mine at home
Yeah.
too.
And so I put it on the back, and then I just sent this entire die cut. I did not take it off the backing. I just sent the entire die cut through, and then pushed them out, and then put them in an envelope. You can see I have cut some speech
And
bubbles
you
out of
like
there
to
too.
use those Avery L envelope or
I use, yes,
pockets, I guess there
for
might be called.
sorting and for holding my dies. And then this one is the middle, the in between one. So I use the small ones. I used the big ones for my dies, and then the medium ones for my stamps.
And it's really funny, Katie, on those because they come small, large, and extra large.
Yeah, there's no
even though
medium.
it really is medium, but it's
That's a good point.
I don't know what happened to the
Small,
mediums.
large,
They
and
must have
extra
got
large.
discontinued or
Yeah.
something.
So that's how I store those things then too. And then I did show if you this is too much, and then you can just do 4x6 cards also. Or if you want, you can just do a little 3x4.
And did you use the Project Life
Yes.
cards?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I
did.
thought.
These cards.
And those are vertical and horizontal, which is kind of cool.
And
Katie, actually, you really got us
the Versafine.
going. How many years ago?
Yeah,
did we kick those off?
Around COVID or before COVID. Those are some of the colors that I use with VersaClear.
And we have a lot of VersaClear.
Oh my gosh, they're beautiful.
Ink pad colors.
There you go. I don't know how I'm going to get this
right.
cleaned up, but I will.
I know we got to take pictures for the blog.
Yes, so I will clean this up.
Okay, Katie, I'm
for
going to
you.
switch the camera.
All
We'll see if
right.
we have any questions.
All right.
There she is. There's Katie. I'll get her
Let's
over
go back
here.
over my. Oh, I can't. My wheels
Her
are
wheels-
stuck.
These chairs do get stuck. They do get stuck for sure.
Oh, and I use the pens.
Oh, the Le Pens is what she.
Oh,
and
if
a
you
lot
could
of
see this
people,
table.
Le Pens are really great for all kinds of journaling.
Yes, I love these pens. And
And-
they're what, like you said, I think they're like $2.09 or something.
And we are pen snobs.
We
Let's just
are.
admit it.
I
We
am.
are picky about our
Yes,
pens,
I
and
love
we
my
really love
pens.
those.
I was hoping I didn't forget anything, but you know what?
She's
That could be
looking
for
through all
another
her
day.
stuff.
Yes.
Katie,
right,
this
yes.
has been great. Thank
Well,
you
thank
so
you.
much for sharing all
Oh gosh,
these ideas.
it was a long one.
Janet, thank you for all the linking. There was a lot to
Yes.
link today.
Yes.
And you can also go to our calendar, and you can go there and you can see all the links of Katie's product.
Yes.
And let's see.
Thanks so much.
Lisa
so
says
much.
do a messy picture for the blog.
Oh, well, here we go.
And Karen does have a question
Yeah.
about the website or the app that you use for your little printer when you said you make.
Yeah, so that is the PM. I think my phone's in here, Kelly. Do you see it? The PM.
I went looking for your
400, which is
drink. I
the
couldn't find your
picture-
drink earlier.
Picture
Is it-
Mate 400.
And that's the
And-
app that you
yeah.
use?
And the app is called, if you get the Picture Mate 400, you want to use the Epson Creative Print app. And so I'm going to hold that up. I don't know. You can see that. It's like the
up at the top
yeah.
left.
Top left, yeah, the Epson. So if you click on that, you go to collage. Do you want to switch the camera real quick?
Sure.
We can
I'd
just,
be
I'll
happy
just show
to.
it real quick. So then you go to collage. So I click on collage. And then these are all, I'm going to show them with the frame. Whoops. These are all different sizes. These are 4x6, or you can print 5x7. All different, what do I want to say, combinations. So you can print one, or you can print, all these different combinations. So the small one here is what I chose. So it's 8 pictures onto a 4x6. When you do this, if you hit next, it will take you to your camera roll. But before you do that, you want to click over here on the menu and say select multiple photos, because then you can click more than one
I think that's where I've gone wrong with it, Katie.
photo. So let's see here what I can. So here I'm just going to click like on 8 different photos of Miss Charlie, and it will tell you, it will say, no, you cannot add any more. Well, I'm not sure how many. So then you hit next on the photos that you have, and it lays them in there for you.
Perfect.
And if you want to size it, you kind of hold it down, and then you can size it bigger, smaller, turn it, and all that. And then when you hit next, and that's when you can choose print. And if I hit print, my picture mate 400.
And it's Bluetooth, so you can,
Bluetooth. Yep.
which is really handy. I have
Yes.
one too. A lot of us at Memory Bound have that printer. We love it.
It is. The printer, yeah, PM 400 Epson.
We have a question. The
Mhm.
teal, the Tim Holtz palette teal fat quarter bundle, we are sold out of that. We didn't get our full order on those, so we didn't have very many, but we do have the fabric in yards, half yards, and our crafty cut. And then Katie, Marilyn wants to know what the purple thing is at the end of your, stuck at the end of the big sticky roll. I think.
Oh, that was at the very beginning.
Yeah, you can go. Katie
yeah.
showed her trick for
Yep.
that,
That's at
which
the
was
very
really,
beginning
really
why
cool.
that is there. Yeah.
And then can you say the name of that program app one more time?
It is, let me show you, the Epson Creative Print. Is it too close?
Here, I just, there we go.
Yeah, the Epson Creative Print, and it's this one right here. There you go.
All right, and there Janet's got it on the screen for us there.
Thank you. Thank you, Janet.
Well, Katie,
Appreciate
really,
it. Thank you, Janet, for watching.
You just have a very fun style, and I think
thank you.
If a project has the name Katie on it, we know it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be bright and cheerful and happy. And let me.
Well, I hope it makes people happy.
Let me
That's
flip
why
the camera
I always
again.
like the bright colors.
You do.
Yes,
well,
you.
You do, and you have a great style,
Thank you.
and everybody is loving this. I'm sure this can be a well-watched video.
I hope so. Hope you just get a few ideas.
Oh, just a couple.
Yeah.
I would just like to go through and count all the ideas and the things you've shown, and it would be amazing. But that's what Memory Bound's videos are all about.
Sorry, I ran over.
That's okay.
So I knew it was going to be a little bit long. We should have split it up a little bit more. Need to be better with that.
But I'm glad that we can do this and teach you, show techniques.
Yes.
And tomorrow we're going to be here, and tomorrow we have our store tour.
Yes, we have lots to show.
Wait, is that tomorrow? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been getting my days, and we've changed some things up. So we have a lot of new product to show you, and believe it or not, we just ordered 19 new Echo Park collections and 19 and 4 new Simple Story collections. So those are all shipping down the road here.
Are those Christmas and
Halloween, fall, Christmas? There's one about reading that I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
There's one that's kind of about carnivals, state fair carnivals.
Okay.
So there's a lot of cool things coming. So
19 collections.
I know.
I just think, how are we going to put that?
I know. Well, they're not all shipping at once.
Oh, that's good.
So thanks everybody for watching
much.
us today. I hope you have a great crafty days. Peggy said your videos can never be too long, Katie.
Oh, thank you.
So thanks. Have a crafty day. If you can come in and visit us, we would love to see you, or give us a call, or you can check us out online. And we'll see you tomorrow.
All right.